It's elevating us, bowing and shaping us. It's elevating us, it's resonating. It's elevating us, bowing and shaping us. It's elevating us, it's resonating. It's elevating us, bowing and shaping us. It's elevating us, it's resonating.
Yeah.
A freaking mission control vape station over here.
You fucking vapors. You're going to be going all episode, right? Oh my god. What a way to kick off.
Nice start.
We were just
Sam.
talking about the quality.
I know.
Of things, weren't we?
We need a spanner, I think.
Is that
yeah,
okay?
You need like a here. We'll do this.
Is that okay? Is that going to be okay? You can pull the arm closer if you want. It may or may not stay up.
I'll just do this.
So the reason I'm playing COG, they're playing at Metro Frio.
They
right?
sure are.
With statues supporting. Scott K.
I wish I knew about it.
That's why you got to have Facebook, man.
Somehow it's like I find it as an easy trade-off. I'd rather not have Facebook.
Yeah?
Good call.
Yeah.
You're still on the old Facebook?
I am, but
Yeah.
I don't use it much. Very rarely post on it.
Yeah.
I think it's cancer.
Well,
Yeah, you use
Wow.
it for its actual purpose of...
Yeah, look, I just keep
Networking.
it for business reasons.
yeah.
Or at least that's what I tell myself.
But you need an account to even have a page, right? Can you just have a page?
Well, I don't have a page.
Mm.
Just, people contact me on it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a necessary evil, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fuck Facebook. I got pissed off today. I was at the one of those thing stores that you can buy app pillows now. A pillow that's like in the shape of an app, like the Facebook app.
Right.
You know the button? Like
Yeah, the
picture?
button.
Yeah, you buy a pillow that has the Facebook app on it.
Oh.
Fuck off.
Why?
And you get a Twitter app. You can get the Viber app as well as a pillow.
As a pillow. Why?
Why?
This
Fucking why?
this is all we have to show for it. Civilization as we know it at the moment. Facebook fucking pillows.
When they start merchandising a social media network like platform, like what?
Yeah. Why? How have you been, man?
Good.
I like the backwards cap.
Yes.
Very
Still-
90s of you.
To hide my ever graying hair.
Oh, really? Are you going grey?
Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Fortunately, it resides in the undercut zone, so
Right.
Yep,
just
I'm
keep
the same.
shaving it. And
Oh yeah.
Mm.
no one will ever know.
No, grey beard hair. Do you have grey beard hairs sometimes?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
think it's sticking out. Yeah.
I get the
Yeah.
odd one here and there, and I
Pluck
pull
it.
it out, and it doesn't return.
Right. Have you ever looked at one, like a white hair, really up close?
No.
It's kind of weird. It's
What's different about
it
it?
just looks like a husk with no colour in it. You know what I mean? Like
a soulless husk.
like a straw.
We know that that's a myth about grey. You don't get grey hair.
There's just no colour in it.
You get white hair, but because it's mixed in with the coloured hair, it looks grey.
Oh.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a grey hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fucking interesting.
It's like speaking of hair and white hair, polar bears.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually seen like a polar bear hair under a microscope?
It's like what I described, right? Like
Kind
just a husk.
Kind of.
Hmm.
But, well, not that I've actually seen a polar bear hair under a microscope,
I was
but
going to
it's
say, it seems like an odd thing.
not a thing, but
Why, yes, I have, John.
no, but so
all the time.
people think polar bears have white hair.
Mm.
They don't have clear hair. It's like a straw. Under a microscope, it's like a clear straw, and it's the white skin
That is
that
literally
the polar
what I
bear
just said.
has
Yeah.
that is kind of being translucent.
That was verbatim what I just said. But anyway, yeah, I get it. What else is new, man? You shooting up
Not
to
much.
America?
Yes, on Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Nice.
Which part?
All of it.
All?
Yeah.
Where's your first? Where do you arrive?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
Yes.
Nice.
And then, on tour for 6 weeks. Around all of it. One Canada show. Otherwise, it's just all the Americas.
Have you got touring down pat yet? You know how to pace yourself? Take care of yourself?
I
You
would say
hydrate?
so. Yeah,
No?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty good. I haven't got sick on the last few, so...
Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely, like everyone... There's at least one person that gets sick on the tour. It's usually me. Yeah, it just instantly. It's like viruses kind of wait for you to do something, and then they go, "Yeah, I think now's a good time to fuck this guy over."
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten not sick pretty much ever since I stopped smoking. That seemed to be
Yeah.
probably responsible for most of it.
Because it lowers your immune system, right? When you
Yeah.
punch darts all the time.
Indeed.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to ask because I'm off to Italy on Monday. And speaking to another traveller of frequentness.
How did you find Italy, Sam?
Fanculo. Fanculo, Italy.
First of all, you should refer to it by its proper name, which is Shittily. And it's my least favourite place in the world.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I remember you complaining about trying to find something to eat that was decent, which is strange. Was that you?
Think that the food would be good, like the Italian food. Not so, in my experience.
No?
Really?
What parts did you hit up? Like where?
Well, I've been there many times, unfortunately. Florence, Milan, Vicenza, this weird little town that is German in appearance. Everyone speaks German, but it's actually in Italy. I can't remember the name of it. Meningesgeruth or something. Something fucking weird.
Sounds like a body part.
And some other places, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah. Just, I
But-
hate it. It's like a third world country. Nothing fucking works. The venues are all terrible. The employees are terrible. The equipment is terrible. It's just terrible.
I asked you before if that was more from a touring perspective and not a holiday perspective.
It is,
Mm.
because that's my perspective.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
But, yeah, like I say, I'd like to go there on holiday and see if I do still hate it or not.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard to overcome that preconditioned bias that I've developed towards it, but I'm open to giving Italy another shot.
Yeah. How long were you there when you were there?
It depends on the tour, so preferably as least time as possible, but normally somewhere between 3 and 5 days, depending on how many Italy shows are on the run.
Mm. Well, you're going in summer there. So that's
Yeah.
pretty okay.
So start of summertime.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's very warm there.
Yeah, very warm, very humid, I've heard. Which is fucking good because I hate this fucking weather that we've got already.
Really?
Yeah, as soon as it started raining, I just like, fuck this, can't do it, can't deal with it. So I was just, the only thing that kept me happy was knowing that I wouldn't be here for the next 3 weeks.
It'll be here when you get back, though.
Yeah. Pretty fucking nice to begin with, though. It was about like 28 degrees every day all the way up till
Yeah.
like a week ago.
We got like another month of summer almost.
Yeah.
It felt like.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't ease into the weather. It just like overnight just went, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and summer was super mild this year, so I'm
know.
kind of hoping that Perth just equalizes to this wonderful like 27 degrees every day for all eternity.
Yeah.
And then I would really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weather control.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to hitting the States in the summer for the first time, because normally it's winter when we're there, or going into winter,
Mm.
and it's fucking cold there, so
Yeah.
Is there anything when you travel that you keep forgetting to take? Or you keep telling yourself you need to take this or you need to take that?
nah, not really.
No, you're pretty on top of when it comes to
Yeah,
what you need.
I mean, I've been, touring full time for the last like 3 years, so it's part and parcel of the job. Really, is remembering all the shit you need. I mean, touring wise, lots of socks and jocks. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But that's the other good thing about America, is that you can just go to Walmart. So
Yeah. And they're open like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And people sleep in the car park.
we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like addicted to YouTube videos about like what do they call it? Stealth camping.
I
It's
watched
fucking sick.
I watched one the other day.
Man,
Someone
like
was doing a doco on that.
yeah, there's this whole community of like stealth campers.
Yeah.
Like people that sell their houses, sell their cars, and just get like a camper van, or they do up a van and they make it, solar panels, deck it all out.
I
and
thought
stuff,
you were talking about that video of those people that would go to like Walmart and those huge big like warehouse department stores and build like cubby houses in the shelves.
No.
You haven't seen that? There's a video. There's
No.
people like they build like this cubby house inside the shelves of the Walmart.
Yeah.
And then they go through the things and find like stuff off the shelf and build like a little
fort.
fort, in the shelves,
That
and no one
is-
knows they're there.
Sadly, that's not what I'm talking about.
It'd be like Clive Owen in Inside Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was watching a doco on a guy that's doing a photo project on homeless people that camp in Walmart car parks.
Right.
But I have a very short attention span, so I was kind of just tapping
Yeah.
through it.
Yep, yep.
But it seemed interesting.
It's super cool, man. And people like build it out of their own materials, like they map it out and
Fun fact, though,
put toilets in there. Like
you can't do it in California.
it's illegal to.
You're not allowed. So
Okay.
any other state is fine.
Mm.
Basically, the guy that founded Walmart was an avid RVer. So
So he allowed it. He
yeah,
allowed
so
it,
it's,
right?
it's
yeah.
a store policy that you're allowed to stay in the car park overnight.
Yeah.
But in California, there's some kind of local ordinance that prohibits it.
Mm. Have you seen the store locator for Walmart in? It's every fucking
It's
Everywhere.
Yeah, they're fucking everywhere.
like thousands of them.
Yeah,
I would say, it's crazy. And you can
Great.
sleep in the car park.
fucking love Walmart.
Hmm. Do you reckon you could do it? If push comes to shove, could you like be self-sustaining? I'd probably die within 2 days.
Oh, yeah, I could.
Yeah?
Easy. Yeah,
You could build stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about you? Are you a build? Like when I see people that are really good with their hands and building stuff and like visualizing and making what they want to make, it's so fucking cool. I get really envious of that.
Yeah, I got obsessed with watching tiny homes videos for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever want to live in one, but I just really like watching people build cute little
Yeah.
houses.
I saw a girl in Japan and she had an 8x2 place.
Yeah,
8x2. It was
that's
literally
not
a
big.
hallway. It was a hallway, and then she had a ladder that went up, and that was a bed.
Mm.
But it was literally a hallway, like no way either side. The shower and the toilet were built into each other.
I think that in Hong Kong that would be considered a luxurious mansion. I've heard people live in way smaller than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually remember looking at an apartment in East Perth, and it was built kind of like that, where the toilet was like in a sliding door that was built in the wall, and everything was tucked away. Even the bed was like in this sort of shelf in the wall. And so this tiny little place. I'm like, this is I really like this idea, but I couldn't live in that.
I think I would be like, this is really cool for about 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, fuck this, get me out of here.
Yeah. Imagine that cabin fever, man.
Mm.
It's like there was just enough room to like you could touch both sides, and that was it. Just a
But
narrow
when you think
hallway.
about those small houses, especially the ones that are built on trailers and stuff, like the idea of being able to just take your house to anywhere
yeah,
and just hit the road, find a new place to park up.
Yeah,
That's kind of like
the
I
old-
like the
old
idea of
van life thing.
Yeah.
yeah, van life.
that. From one Walmart to the other.
Yeah. So you can do that in America. Here, you just die in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real place to.
Well,
Yeah.
Bunnings car park to Bunnings car park, and you get a sausage every Sunday.
Your sodium would be off the roof.
We got 24-hour IGAs and all that shit, so,
Mm.
you know,
But I
you
think
can get food.
Australian, like, there's this debate: is it legal to just sleep in your car?
No.
And it's technically not,
No.
but some places are more lax than other places. But theoretically, you can't just sleep in your car. Apparently.
Yeah, I think the legality of it is you have to go to a designated camping area.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be considered illegal camping. But
Vagrancy.
yeah,
But are you legally allowed to pull over on the side of the road and have a nap?
I think that's okay. See,
Well, there's all those
yeah.
signs about don't drive tired.
Yeah.
Pull over and chuck a fucking power nap.
Then you get a fine.
So I guess you could probably get... Well, look, it probably depends as to whether you have all of your belongings in the car,
Yeah.
as to the determination that is made.
True. Yep.
I mean, you could try it. You could try it, you know? Just be like, look, I was getting a bit tired having a power nap.
Yeah. Or I was awake the whole time. I just appeared to be sleeping.
Yes, it is you that is wrong, not I.
The car was on autopilot the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, but the idea of a mortgage is fucking scaring me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is anyone here? Do you reckon anyone on this table here would be owning a house within
in
the
the next 5 years?
next 5-10 years.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe Johnny making them sweet mining
Well,
bucks.
yeah, I thought about it. I probably could, but essentially all the money I made in the last 2 months, I'm blowing.
Spending in shittily.
Spinning it shittily.
So who's
Getting
buying?
more past.
I mean, I personally don't. The idea of committing to something for that period of time makes me not feel good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I was always
Yeah.
raised to spend the money that you have. Like, if you don't have the money, don't spend it. And the idea of the whole credit system,
Well,
is you're putting yourself in that position where you're committing to something that you don't know for sure that you're going to get caught on. I mean, years ago when I got a bank loan, when I was making good money, that was not a problem until I lost that job. And then suddenly found myself in that fucked up situation where I couldn't pay the bank back. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah.
I think the thing that bothers me the most about it is that I think that the housing market in this country is ridiculously overvalued. And it's like 70 fucking years of non-stop growth that's now starting to downtrend. So the thing that scares me is if you go and get a mortgage on a house and it's like, I don't know, $700,000-$800,000 and then it drops, let's say in 10 years it's worth half that, you still have to pay $700,000-$800,000 to the bank. It's not like they're like, your house is worth less, so you can pay us back less money now.
Yeah. Well,
that kind of thing terrifies me.
Yeah.
But all the housing prices are still based on the mining boom and the idea that everyone in Perth works on the mine sites. And that everyone's making the same amount of money. It's fucked.
I always drive past houses and I'm like, who's buying these? Who's actually buying it?
Well, you drive past...
Oh, there's people in there. How do they afford
You got to differentiate between a home owner and what is technically a
first.
a mortgagee.
Yeah,
because you don't own a home if you mortgaged it. As far as I'm concerned,
It's the banks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's people buying in quotation marks, but it's all mortgages.
Yeah. I think like this generation has stayed at home the longest.
Definitely,
Yeah, that's what I think about on the radio the other day.
Out of necessity, really. But
for sure.
because it's just not like financially sound to even pay rent. Sometimes you're just working to pay rent.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Universal income, man. No, that's I don't know.
Don't know about that.
I don't know enough. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking about moving to Germany soon.
No, we're gonna lose another person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it there, and it's cheap, and you can afford to live. So that's cool.
You have your heritage is from
Irish.
London.
I was born
Irish.
in London.
Born in London.
Irish dad, Australian mum.
Cool. Right.
So, EU passport. I can just go and live wherever.
Wherever you want.
Europe.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. How long have you considered going to Germany for? Been on the cards for a while?
Probably about 3 years since I first visited Berlin. Fell in love with it immediately, which I think is a bit of a hip thing to do these days. I've heard that's where everyone's moving, unfortunately.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, apparently. So, probably about 3 years. Been considering it.
Yeah. Really cool music scene, right?
Yeah,
Over
well,
there?
I mean, the thing about Europe is that it's so cheap and it's so easy to get to any other part of Europe from wherever you are. And the amount of tours that go through there, like the amount of work that I would have available there is just crazy.
Yeah.
So, it's difficult to get touring work out of Perth because the added distance adds quite a lot
Yeah. It's
to
so
the cost of flights and such.
so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving there would basically be a very smart career choice for me.
Yeah.
So that was because everyone does that pilgrimage over east from Perth,
Mm-hmm.
and I always say to myself, why don't people put their aspirations a little bit higher and go somewhere else?
I suppose that moving is something that puts you out of your comfort zone to begin with, and moving to a completely different country where you need to learn a completely different language, probably more scary than just moving within the same country.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you think about, when you consider
I mean, I agree with you, don't get me wrong.
costs of living and all that stuff, when
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get a visa. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It depends. Like, for me, it's pretty easy. I turn up with my Irish passport and go, hey, I'm living here now. And they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy, yeah. You've always got a plan B. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't have an EU passport,
It's different.
it's different.
Yeah. Easier than America, you think? To get a passport there?
What, easier to get an EU passport? Well, I don't
Yeah.
really know because I've got one, so I've never looked into what it
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a nightmare to get all your shit sorted in America. Like, a friend of mine got married and moved there last year, and he was supposed to come out on tour with a band that he's recently joined, and he couldn't because he's still waiting for his green card to turn up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's done all of the stuff. The application is, as far as I'm aware, approved. He's just waiting for it to be processed and for him to receive the green card. And he couldn't risk coming here because not having the green card means that when he returns, he could just be denied entry if they decided to not let him in for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because right now, without that stupid green card, he's not technically a resident.
Mm.
Yeah.
Isn't like US like one of the few places we have to do the whole visa type thing when you go travel there? Like to go to Italy, you don't need anything. You don't need any visa.
That's because it's
type
part of the
thing.
EU. So the EU and all of the Schengen agreement countries basically allow, depending on where you're from. So for us, we can all rock up for 90 days.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I mean, Australia is the same as America. You need visas to come here, depending on what you're doing. Yeah. Look, I mean, Europe's very similar. Europe and Canada are quite similar. So you don't need like a working visa, for instance, to go on tour there. You do need a work permit in the UK. You need extortionately priced visas to tour Australia, and likewise for America. So I think they're pretty strict about it.
Yeah.
I also remember that first going through LAX customs and having to get your whole fingerprints, like every single finger scanned, put on the database in the US. I was like, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nowhere else in the world I've done that. But fuck.
Yeah, the whole raise your hands thing.
Spread your legs.
The first time I went
You
through
didn't get
there-
that? You didn't get asked to spread your legs?
No, I didn't.
Rubber glove?
I
Oh,
didn't.
damn it.
I didn't
Oh.
get to go through the scanner. I didn't want to, mind you.
So the
Yeah.
first time I went there, I got like really grilled when I was going through that first checkpoint.
It's because you had a beard.
No, it was odd, and I got scanned. So I went via Auckland, and I heard my name called out over the PA, and I had to go for an additional security scan, even though I was just in transit in an international airport. I was like, it's a bit weird. I got super grilled by the first guy in LA, and then you go and collect your bags, and you go through a second passport checkpoint, and they started asking me all of the same kind of questions as the first guy, and I saw the chick write something like suspicious or something on my little slip, and she sent me off to this secondary processing area, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. The secondary processing person really didn't give a shit, and they were like, whatever, have a good time. I found out later, just randomly saw this thing on YouTube about TSA, like, pre-selections, like random security checks, and I went and found my boarding pass, and I had this thing on it, which is 4 S's, which means you've been randomly selected for the extra security screening. Very interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think it was random?
Yeah.
Like,
So-
genuinely random? Do you think they just pick up people that are just traveling?
So,
Alone?
you know how you have to apply for an ESTA?
Yeah, ESTA, yeah.
Yeah. So I hadn't done that since, I don't know, 2001 or something, when I was coming through there when I lived in Brazil. So I think it was because it was the first trip I was taking after a fresh application for a new ESTA, maybe. Or it was the let's select a random white person so it doesn't look like we're picking on brown people thing. I don't know.
Yeah, just to meet the quota.
Yeah.
Yeah, did anything happen when you were talking to them?
No.
Were they asking, like, really in-depth questions about...
The first 2 sets were, and then the secondary screening person was just like, where's all your clothes? I'm like, in this backpack. She's like, what's in the Pelican case? It's like, microphones. She's like, so you're here for like 2.5, 3 months, and you've just got a backpack with clothes in it? Yes. And she was this real sassy black woman, and she was
Don't
like,
question my hygiene.
she's like, boy, I don't know how the fuck you do it. If it was me, I would have like 3 suitcases. Get out of here. Have a good time. I was like, all right, cool. So they thought I was suspicious because I was there for a long time and only had a backpack.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
Apparently.
That makes sense.
And a briefcase of microphones.
Yeah.
They weren't suspicious about that at all. What are you here for? A holiday.
They were more like, where the fuck is this guy's clothes? Let's pull him up. Let's fucking ask him.
Anyway, weird.
I still remember getting stopped by customs on the leaving LA.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there by myself. This is where I had dreadlocks and wearing black, and essentially I was one of the first people. As soon as I opened up the gates, I was the first one to walk through down the corridor towards the plane.
Over enthusiasm.
Yeah, well,
Suspicious.
I wanted to fucking get on the plane because I was with no one. I was just like in my own fucking world, and then this sort of like Mexican looking customs officer, so pulls me aside. Okay, pull you aside. Latino. Yeah, but he started searching for my bag, like my little military looking black bag.
Yeah,
so I got this military bag. I've got dreadlocks, wearing black. I think I was wearing.
Oh, that spells trouble.
But he started running off like fucking 200 questions as he's reading. Like, where did you stay? What street did you stay on? All this sort of shit. He's like, oh, were you traveling with? And nah, friends on another flight. Why are they on another flight? Why aren't they flying with you? I'm like, because they're cheap and they took the Virgin flight. This is Qantas, and so just running through every single question, going through my bag, while the whole time the rest of the plane is boarding behind me, till the very end, like the last person boarding was me, and the Qantas girl at the door just looking like. I'm like, well,
maybe you just looked like you hated freedom.
Well, I did after that because I had none. Fuck.
Is there
airport
more
shit.
beer,
Yes,
by the
there
way?
is, man.
Can I have one of them?
Yeah, sure.
Can you open it with the lighter for me with your newfound technique?
Oh man, this is
can you
gonna
do
be
it?
fucking horrendous. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Camera.
Index.
So I just worked out that you don't use your thumb. You use your index finger.
Yeah,
right?
grab the bottle like normal around the neck, and you stick it.
Yes,
between-
Dad.
Grab it like that.
Excuse me. All right.
Grab it like a man.
All right. What do? I've got little Asian girly hands. So let's see what
use
happens.
your left hand. Grab it like now put the lighter around the other side of you.
No.
What?
Like here.
Hold it right up to the tip of the neck.
So do that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Oh.
I always
Put
find
it
if you
underneath the lip.
if you turn the lighter upright,
That way.
yeah, you get more
Okay.
sort of strength and
Alright.
everything.
You've almost done it.
Oh.
It's almost there.
Guys, my hands. Oh my god, boys.
You can just twist the bottle around a bit, and then you'll do it from a different point on the
No, I
cap.
totally get. See, I was doing it with my thumb to
Yeah.
leverage. Like an
Yeah.
idiot. There we go. All right.
Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
I feel like
Actually,
we've
that's
really
yours.
That's
grown
sad.
together today.
Yeah.
Daryl.
Thanks, man. Thanks for teaching me that. Because I would have gone like. I would have died probably not knowing how to do it properly.
now you're a fucking real Australian.
Oh, sick can. That's awesome.
So what shows have we missed recently?
So many. Cradle of Filth.
Yeah, Cradle of Filth,
Um,
Sepultura. They're just the ones that I know about.
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. That's what I missed. I'm missing Cog tonight.
Yeah,
Totally
That
forgot
one.
about that one. That one stings a bit. That really stings.
we're
I
all missing
forgot.
that. I'm not going because I want to save my money for Freedom Town.
Oh man, Cog. Remember
I-
seeing Cog?
Yeah,
At
we
the
used to go to
Newport?
Cog all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Remember
fucking
back
sick.
in the day, that was all we listened to when we would drive around the mean streets of Perth. It's Cog.
Yeah,
Get high as fuck and listen to Cog.
yeah. Butterfly Effect, all those bands.
Where's the new album though? That's what I want to know.
It's out, isn't it?
There's a single.
The middle. Is that the single?
That's the name of the tour.
Oh,
the middle.
right.
I can't remember the name of the single. But as far as I'm aware, there's no. Well, maybe there is.
Mm.
I googled it. Not very hard though. So
Yeah. Oh well, man. People, they'll come back.
But yeah, the old Newey. That's a good place. I used to mix there for about 3 years.
That's still going though, right?
It is.
Mm.
It changed hands, I think.
Yeah. So where do you mix now around Perth? Which venues do you kind of?
I'm taking care of Hellhole, which is a new venue out the back of Soggy Bones Skate Shop, which is... It's kind of like just near the Charles Street freeway exit.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's technically Leaderville or West Perth. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
That's cool, man.
Big room, huge PA, like a ridiculous PA.
Mm.
Sounds really good in there. They've done a whole bunch of stuff to treat the room recently, so it sounds good. It's real good.
It's nice.
Very
Yeah,
cool, man.
because Lath was telling us about the Hellhole place.
Yeah.
'Cause even now that Tetsuo's closed down. apparently.
Yes, I think the guy went bankrupt, or the company went bankrupt, or some such.
Yeah, it didn't last very long.
Yeah. And Babushka, I didn't mind that much.
Not a fan.
Not a fan?
I mean,
it was sound-wise,
cool
it's
place.
pretty average sound.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible. Terrible for sound. And the stage was, I mean, using the word stage to describe it is generous.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, Hellhole's
old-
cool. Check out Hellhole. It's fucking rad. The dudes that run it are fucking rad.
I have to go find
Cool,
it.
man.
It's basically all punk, hard rock, metal. Just the music that us folks like. It's good.
Yeah, people play instruments now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still
Oh,
going.
yeah, I think instruments are coming back.
Ah,
Yeah, coming back and forth.
man, if you ever hang out with like young people, like 90s kids, I'm kind of scared
Why?
in terms of like their music history. Like they,
When you say 90s kids,
Yeah.
do you mean kids born in the 90s?
yeah,
Yeah.
like people of that age bracket, I guess. Like it's scary. Like they don't know the bands that.
I
Like
think-
none of them.
Ooh.
I think that the 2000s kids are worse.
Yes, definitely. I think that's what I
Wait,
meant,
there are
the
kids born in
2000 kids.
2000 now?
Yeah, hell
How
yeah.
fucking old are we?
A kid born in
Well,
2000 is 18 years old now.
It's crazy.
Mental.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Remember when 2000 was the future?
Yeah.
We're so old.
And shit's still like not as well. Like we got some good stuff, but you always think like, man, we should be way past this.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. If you look at the rapid march of technology, it's pretty crazy how far
it
we've
is
come
pretty
in
crazy. I'm
our
just
lifetimes.
waiting for it to trickle into my hands.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting until we go to fucking Mars. That's what I'm keen for.
All right.
Well, they ain't
Now you're
taking a Microsoft service to Mars. It'll fucking
Yeah.
freeze up.
Yeah, you've had a lot of blue screens on that.
Oh, not a lot, but every now and then that was just a random. I don't know, just fucking froze. I don't know what the
it
fuck
just
happened.
had enough.
It
Yeah.
could be a Mac. It could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be way.
I've recently become Apple free.
Oh, cool,
Yes,
man.
nice one.
No more Apple. Actually, I've got an iPod Classic, which is,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, the only Apple product worth owning.
Yeah, I mean, I still rock my iPad Mini, and it's just an oversized MP3 player.
Yeah.
That's all I do with it.
Is it the old, like the first?
Yeah,
generation
first gen iPad
Yeah.
Mini.
Yeah,
But the thing-
you'd be lucky to play songs off of that.
Yeah. No, but it's good. I mean, that was when that was the perfect device, like the perfect size.
We
type
took it
thing.
to LA.
Yeah,
we were
I didn't
playing
know.
horrible fucking Avril Lavigne off it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, rocking that.
John is an Avril fan. So.
Yeah.
You're my true love.
Believe it or not, she's actually in Italy right now.
Oh, maybe
So,
you can go marry
Yeah,
her.
maybe if she's
Hey-
still there when I get there.
How do you feel about the conspiracy theory?
Oh, that she's dead?
Yeah.
Milked
No.
it.
Yeah.
They milked it. Yeah.
That's a pretty like rampant conspiracy
It
theory
is.
going around. You know, either people being cloned or having died and replaced by a lookalike.
Yeah, but I
That
think, I mean, if you go back to the original, the Paul McCartney conspiracy,
yeah, the fake.
then
the
that
fake
had
Paul.
some
Yeah.
sort of originality to it. And
Well,
now
that
I
one
think
was-
What is
that
the
was
Paul
really
McCartney
cool.
conspiracy? I'm
that
unfamiliar with this.
Paul McCartney died back in 1968
1988.
when they were coming back from after the US, and they made it their last tour.
Mm.
And they reckon they replaced Paul McCartney with someone else, and then that's where we brought out Dr. Pepper, because that Dr. Pepper album sounds nothing like what the Beatles were. To me, it sounds like they were trying to introduce a new band.
I literally thought you were talking about the soda there for a second.
No, Sergeant Pepper. Sorry,
Paul McCartney died, and
Not
that's
Dr.
why they
Pepper,
brought out
Sergeant
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
The old Dr. Pepper album.
Makes sense.
But yeah,
Yeah,
and then when people
Well,
start,
there's way more to it than that,
Yeah,
right?
there's
Like
more,
they do facial comparisons, they do all sorts of shit, but also lyrically and like.
Oh
they-
yeah, that
they-
trying to decipher a lot of John Lennon's lyrics to
Yeah,
say that he
but
was trying
it's
to
still- Yeah.
tell a
Well,
story.
Yeah, he also did lots of drugs. So,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, but I think
Don't look
nowadays,
into them too hard.
I think nowadays people are trying to, if they want to promote or do some sort of thing, they use an old story and try and revamp it for a modern.
Well, yeah,
Mm.
conspiracy or not, or whatever, it's pretty good marketing. Because
Yeah.
you're getting, like, fruitcakes like me, like, analysing shit.
But no,
and,
I mean,
and that's it. You've won them over. They're
Yeah.
looking at your content.
but I mean, I'm one of those people that have followed Avril Lavigne from the beginning of her
Oh,
career type
really?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
like every single day, just watching it. But yeah, like I look at it and go, no, it's busy because I think I would have noticed if something like that had happened. Yeah. Shut up. Fuck you guys.
Oh my goodness.
And still no new album from her either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's broken up with
She got
the,
divorced, didn't she?
Yeah,
Did she?
broke up with
Really?
No more Chad Kroger, mate. You're in.
Seriously?
Mm.
Oh, fuck yes.
That's old news. I think that's like it's been a
Hey,
while, right?
I haven't been in Perth for fucking. I've been out in Kalgoorlie too long.
That's
I
not
don't know
that's
what
no
the fuck's going
excuse,
on.
mate.
Yeah.
Do you remember last time I was here, we were talking about North Korea?
Yes.
And we were like, is World War III about to happen? And now they're going to have this little happy friend summit.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
that? Are we gonna see Korea? Are we just gonna see Korea?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Possibly.
Didn't that
Maybe.
happen? Hasn't that happened before? But it used to be called Korea.
Not since before World War II.
But there has been a time when it's just been
It
Korea.
was just Korea.
Yeah.
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 Fucking
And then
strange
it got
times.
divided.
Strange
into 38
times.
parallel.
Mm.
Yeah.
Communism, democracy.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And Trump, cancelling the Singapore thing.
That was so funny. It's like a 12-year-old playground fight. Like, oh, you've said something aggressive, so I'm taking my toys and going home.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then basically making them come crawling back. Like, no, we still want to do it.
Yeah.
It's just fucking hilarious to watch.
Yeah, it is. I don't really know what's real anymore. It's weird.
I feel that way frequently, you know.
Yeah.
So many things that I read these days, I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but don't you find
what is going on with this fucking planet?
Yeah.
don't you find like things pop up and you sort of like, holy shit, what's happening? And then it just dies straight away.
Yeah.
And just disappears.
Yeah.
Like the whole that Korea shaking hands type thing that disappeared now. The whole
Yep.
Trump thing just disappeared.
Yeah.
And
A lot
slowly
of-
things just pop up. They shoot up and then whatever.
Well, a lot of there was a lot of controversy around Zuckerberg, and then now the second EU hearing has kind of died down. Like a lot less publicity around that. I
Have
found
you
it,
guys watched that bad lip reading version
of the
Mark
Zuckerberg hearing? It's fucking funny.
Oh my fucking god!
It's so fucking funny. Yeah, it's fucking funny. Do you want to put it on?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's put it.
But I was going to say,
he's such a fucking robot.
if I receive another email or something
Like
about
GDPR.
about
Yeah,
a privacy update, I'm going to fucking lose my shit.
yeah.
I'm sick of it now. I get the point that you're updating your privacy policy. I get the update that you fucking.
That's what we
scared
asked
of all
for,
this
though,
shit,
in a way.
but-
It's interesting though that
Fucking hell.
the
Wouldn't you say?
government has
Yeah.
instituted these policies on these companies, but don't abide by these policies themselves.
Mm.
So, are the governments going to abide by these regulations?
No. Yeah. Yeah, I never thought of it that way, man. Yeah. It's there's
what
no
about this-
It's transparency for everyone else except.
So obviously it's an EU thing. Cool.
Yeah.
But have you guys read about this shit that Australia is trying to pass a law that requires companies to add backdoors into their encryption software so that law enforcement can access encrypted communications?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that.
I haven't
but-
heard that.
Look it up. I mean, it's fucking stupid. Malcolm Turnbull literally is on record as some guy was. I don't know who was interviewing, but he said something about how you're not going to be able to contravene the laws of mathematics, and he was like, "The laws of mathematics are great, but the laws of Australia trump even those." It was like hell George Bushy. It was fucking great. Cue this thing up. I'm gonna find the quote.
Oh,
Why am I not surprised at all?
I'm literally gonna type Malcolm Turnbull mathematics, and I'm sure it will just show up.
show you how I did it.
So we got a bad lip reading of
Thanks for
Zuckerberg.
coming, Mr. Zuckerberg. How are you?
Just a sec. Mom, could you get me my Frodo ring? I want it here.
Okay, now that we got the ring sorted out, we can move on to the topic at hand, which is the concerns that have been raised. Need water, okay? Now, as I was saying, there's been a lot of concern
Is he
about
really
people's
high, or is
private
he
information and
drunk?
how.
Oh, that's just him.
I think he's just a robot.
Look, he's fucking pilling.
Okay, how about you just chug the water? I want you to cut it off. Are you blowing bubbles? I'm gonna have to spank you. Okay,
F
now
Johnny,
you
make it
good? I swear, it's like he's got a mask on. Listen, kid, blink if you're not a lamp. We'd like you to make a little smile just to show that you can. Oh, good heavens, that's just horrible. Stop that, son. For the rest of the day, will you not do that, please?
So I have to admit that all of this is just boring as beans. And, what are we talking about? And what am I going to ask? It was about, oh yeah, so when I have the Facebook, then do I also have the internet?
Yeah, you do. I'd just like everyone to know that my van is for sale.
Great.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but if you guys could kind of like drive it and stuff, then yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd want to buy it.
No, wait, because this van, I mean, it's special.
Nope.
No, hey, I'll send you a picture, and you'll say, I want this in my driveway.
No, please don't send anything.
Okay, well, I guess you're still...
It's just a van.
I told you it's a special
All right,
van.
that's enough. That's fucking
do you
hilarious.
think
you
that
can
I
find it
might
on
need
YouTube.
to
It's
shave
fucking,
my
it's-
head
I
for
knew
a
the
French
memes were going to blow up, man.
So I've got the quote.
Yeah, what was the quote?
The quote was, "The laws of Australia prevail in Australia, I can assure you of that. The laws of mathematics are very commendable, but the only law that applies in Australia is the law of Australia."
Oh my god. That's one for the history books.
Fucking Turnbull.
Oh my goodness.
So who's Turnbull? No, he's a prime minister, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, yeah.
We got that much right.
Yeah.
He's
That's the
also
most
the
we've had,
fucking
right?
cunt that gave us the NBN as it now stands.
I was about to bring that
He was
up.
the communications minister, and fuck, I hate that guy.
Have
I
you,
hate him.
Have you experienced the NBN yourself? Have you had it before?
I have not personally got it because it's not
Yeah.
rolling out where I am until September, maybe.
Yeah, same here.
I have friends that have it,
I've
and
got it.
I'm not too pleased with it
Mm.
in many aspects.
I've got it at home. I reckon it's
It's okay.
yeah. It
Yeah.
feels, you know.
So-
I remember the days when it was
Well,
really
I'm,
shit.
I'm
It's
stuck
like-
on I'm stuck on ADSL 2, and there is a fault somewhere between my house and the exchange. I'm only, I think, 1.5-2 kilometers away from the exchange, so I should have a reasonable sync speed, but it syncs at maybe 5 or 6 down and just under a meg up. Shit.
Yeah.
I was trying to play, I think it was Rainbow Six with a friend in Germany, and I literally couldn't even connect to the servers because my connection was so unstable. Oh, excuse me. And we were discussing the state of the internet in this country, and I was explaining to him the colossal waste of money that the NBN was, and the maximum speed that you could even hope to achieve on it being 100. And he fucking lost his shit laughing. And he was like, dude, do you know what, by law, the minimum speed you're allowed to be provided with in Germany is 100?
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking
So you
crazy.
you literally cannot be given a connection slower than our fastest possible connection in that country.
When you put it that way, man, holy shit.
It's crazy. And the whole thing's fucking obsolete because I get the same or better speeds on my 4G fucking mobile.
Yep, exactly.
5G's coming out.
Mm.
It's going to absolutely destroy. The whole thing is obsolete.
Mm.
And it hasn't even been finished. It is
Fucking
literally the
sad.
worst thing that has ever happened to this country.
It feels like when they rolled out the NBN in Los Angeles, it's like they did it overnight because they had
Yeah.
all the fucking infrastructure ready.
That's what my internet looks like at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's good or bad. I don't
That's
even know how to
pretty
read
shocking,
numbers anymore.
actually. That's pretty. That's that's typical ADSL too. I think.
I mean, that's ADSL, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's do one. Let's do one on me telephone real quick.
But bearing in mind, we are using the router downstairs, and this is Wi-Fi, and this technically should be NBN or cable, according to Tristan. But I was hoping that my latency would go down for games, but it stayed the same as ADSL 2.
My
Some
mobile's shit now.
I'm still getting like 80 ms ping.
What are you trying to play dem video games or
Yeah. I'm
You
trying to
should-
get it below like 50, like 30.
go with My Republic?
Okay. What's that?
It's a Singaporean ISP,
Oh.
and their entire focus is on games.
I think. Oh yeah, I have.
Like, good
have
ping.
heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because my ping is like still, but download speed's good. But
Yeah, I mean,
the response is still.
you got to
terrible.
remember that 99% of servers, even like Australian servers, are going to be in Sydney anyway. So
Yeah, so it's still got to travel far.
What are you
Yeah.
playing? What are you playing?
What am I playing? I'm thinking about getting back into WoW,
Oh shit!
only for the latest expansion, because there's a new expansion
What
coming
about-
out in August.
What about WoW Classic?
I haven't heard of that. What's that?
So they're putting in a like vanilla WoW.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm,
You know,
I'm-
there's free servers.
yes,
You can play for free.
yeah, yeah,
So you're on you're in the PC master race, yeah?
yeah. But mine's a pretty much a potato.
Bit of a potato.
Yep, bit of a potato. Man, the CPU is shit. It's like really bad graphics card.
What's
so
the CPU?
it's a quad 2 point something gigahertz.
How old?
I'd say 8 or 9 years old. It's pretty potatoey.
It's like it's an i5 of some description.
No, not
No?
even. Not
So
even.
like a Core 2 quad.
Yeah,
Oh,
something like
shit.
that. I'm in serious trouble, basically. So everyone's playing PUBG, and it's just like,
Have you played PUBG yet?
I haven't played it. I watch a lot of it, but man, that all came from DayZ.
DayZ and Armor mods.
The Armor
and all
mod,
that kind
Armor
of
yeah,
shit.
mod. That I was able to run that acceptably.
Have you seen that Bluehole is actually suing Epic?
No, why?
So they've been, pissed off about the fact that Fortnite has stolen. So PUBG's player base is just going down the shitter.
Yeah,
They've been losing about 20% of their player base every month. And that's month on month. So not like 20% from the peak. Like
Yeah.
20% of players this month, 20% of that many players again. So PUBG is fucked when it comes to like network performance, graphical performance, all that kind of thing. And people are getting really sick of it. Fortnite is made by the cunts that make the fucking engine it runs on, so obviously it runs really well.
yeah,
You can run it on a fucking potato. And it's free.
yeah.
So
It's free to
there's-
play. Yeah,
I think that Epic just announced they're putting $100 million prize pool into an esports tournament for it. So people were playing PUBG because it was, going to be the next esports thing or whatever, but now everyone's kind of going,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
yeah. Because
Jumping ship.
that's pretty much make or break, man. Like
Well,
latency and network issues.
I've been playing this clone called Ring of Elysium. Are you guys familiar with Tencent?
No.
They're like this Chinese gaming behemoth. They're the biggest gaming company in the entire fucking world. And they have the rights to publish PUBG in China. And they also developed the PUBG mobile version.
That's right, because it's on mobile now. Yeah.
Yes. Now, about a week or two after that mobile version came out, this Ring of Elysium game appears. And it's pretty much fucking identical to PUBG. But it adds in all this stuff that PUBG doesn't have. Runs really good. Has excellent network code. Who do you think made it? Tencent. And I don't. You've seen this like Black Ops 4 is coming out with a battle royale mode. So all these
Yeah,
like big
yeah,
AAA
exactly.
game studios are gonna drop these
Totally.
like PUBG
Yeah.
style games.
Hi-Res that do Paladins, which is an Overwatch kind of clone, but I'd say it stands on its own. But they're doing a Realm Royale version, so everyone's doing the whole battle royale,
I
everyone
think-
on the map type
Yeah.
thing.
So basically, PUBG are trying to sue, excuse me, Epic for stealing their idea,
Yeah,
which is stupid because it's a genre. It's not an idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you?
yeah,
You can't.
Yeah.
Are they going to sue everyone that's made a battle royale game?
yeah.
But I think this year is going to be like every single fucking cunt in the world is going to have a battle royale mode.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what like a well-developed AAA version of it that isn't Fortnite looks like.
Yeah, that isn't as cartoony and
The graphical style is cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't like the building.
I don't like the
mechanic.
building aspect either.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that didn't sell me.
I mean,
the
it's
building
good.
aspect.
Like it gives you the differentiation from PUBG and others like it. You
Yeah.
know, it's little thing, but yeah, I'm not. a
It
fan.
makes the game too prolonged. I find that's why I got out of.
I think that it's
things.
more it's more of a casual game in the sense that the weapons are all hit scan weapons. So you point at something and you shoot, and it's like when you press the button, if you were pointing at the thing, it gets shot. Whereas when you play PUBG, there's realistic...
There's bullet travel.
Physics, like
Yeah.
bullet drop, and you have to lead targets and all that kind of shit, which
Yeah.
you don't have to do in Fortnite. So I prefer the sort of more realistic aspects,
Yeah.
but I think Fortnite's a good game.
Yeah, the PUBG has that whole semi-simulation thing to it,
Yeah.
where they really focus on the guns, the real-world guns, and the physics of it.
I think that comes from its roots in armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's pretty hardcore.
man, we've had some exciting times on DayZ.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish there was some vanilla servers up we could play again,
Yeah.
but it's just died.
It's fun. You
Yeah,
guys
I
should, you should incorporate some video games into this thing.
Yeah, we think of doing that. Yeah.
But I really have not played another game since like DayZ. I mean, I play EVE Online, which is like World of Warcraft in space.
Now that is a time sink.
That is, and that's what I mean. That's when I was unemployed and single for 3 years straight. It was just almost every single fucking day. Watch my life just disappear.
Yeah.
So now it's only intermittently, but even now I just like jump on them, sitting there like, well, there's none of that sort of instant satisfaction that you can get in some games. We just log on, shoot stuff, and get out. I'm like, sit there for about 10 minutes, go, nah, it's boring, turned off.
Yeah.
But I haven't played any other games since.
Yeah.
Like, all the DayZ armor mod stuff, sort of stuff.
Try ROE. It's free. It's fun.
Yeah, well, have a look.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, when it comes
It's got
to
good reviews,
time,
that. Yeah. I'm just worried about the dopamine in my brain. Because when I play some of those like battle royale games, when you get down to like 2 people left, your heart rate goes to like 140.
Yeah, it's fucking intense.
fucking the
isn't it?
white knuckles, sweaty palms.
At the end of it, you're like, oh, you feel like you've just like outrun a fucking tiger.
When
It's
you-
but it's that you
You
kind
get
of like,
that chicken dinner, and it's like,
oh my god, yeah. It's like, but it's like, oh, what is this doing
like
to
a
my brain?
God.
Am I just like frying my synapses by doing this? Like just that fucking rush is not natural.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's any worse than any video games that we have played since our adolescence. I think
Yeah?
it's probably
I remember.
probably the same. It's all about moderation.
But
you
I
know?
wasn't fearing for my life when I was playing Super
Have you
Mario Bros.
have you fucking played the new Doom from 2016?
No. That's pretty good.
Holy shit!
That's pretty good.
So the dude that did the soundtrack is an Australian guy, and it's fucking incredible. If you haven't heard it, look it up. It's this dude, Mick Gordon. I watched this documentary about how he made the soundtrack, and there's like hundreds of elements to each song, and they basically come in and are randomized as to how they come in based on the action that's happening on screen. So instead of a game where you have like, here's the peaceful walking around the world music, and now you've got the battle music kind of dynamic music thing. This literally is bringing in and out different elements, and it's this fucking crushing like 9-string gent fucking soundtrack, and there's just relentless waves of enemies coming
Yeah, that's
at
right.
you.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack for me is what makes the game incredible, and you don't realize how much it's jacking you up until you finish an area and the music subsides, and then you're just like,
Your body's synced with the sound.
yeah, it literally just drags you into the fucking action. It's like,
Is that the one? I think I've seen it where, like, when you get a kill, it's like, jun, 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 and you're actually making music as you run through these hallways and shit.
Yeah.
to some extent?
Yeah, to some extent, yeah. But at the end of it, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, it all kind of like when it dies down, you know that you've killed everyone in the area.
Yeah.
But it's like they did this thing where they went, okay, we're gonna infuse this with the DNA of our arena shooters, and the concept of the arena shooter is that it's just relentless. You never stop. It's always pushing forward, no retreat. So to do that, they made it where you deliver a certain amount of damage to an enemy, they'll start flashing, and you can do what's called a glory kill. So you run up and melee them and basically rip their fucking spine out. When I first saw this, when it was being demoed, I was like, that's fucking lame. When you actually play the game, it's so quick. You can chain it between enemies and all kinds of stuff that it doesn't impede the flow of the game. And what happens is when you do that kill, the enemy will drop a bunch of health for you. So there's very limited amounts of health pickups and ammunition pickups and such. So it makes you, like, you're down to like 2 health or something. It's more effective for you to just keep going at the enemies and try and kill them and get the glory kill than it is to run off and try and find health.
Yeah.
So you just you're pushing forward all the time. And you've
Yeah.
got this fucking ridiculous soundtrack going on. It's just like,
I see what you mean. It's like almost designed to keep ramping up and up and up,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
linearly, like to the
till
point
you have
where
a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
And die.
you fucking die.
Yeah.
That's something that gets overlooked in Eve as a sound design, where they've done
Yeah.
something similar like that, where
I love the soundtrack
dynamic
in that game.
sounds.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. It sounds like space to me.
Yeah,
Sounds
Great
like
job.
sounds like MIDI to me.
I haven't played it for a long time though.
there's actually some. If you know Eve Valkyrie, which was the VR game.
Yeah, I played that a
designed
bit on
for
PS4.
Oculus, they actually worked with Sony to develop the sounding, and I can't remember the term for it, but it's the idea where, you know, if you've got the sound in your left ear, you know, you get your headphones on, you turn your ear, and it stays in your left ear.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
actually dynamic, so if you turn your head, the sound stays in that point.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know
it's
what I mean?
called
Sort of like-
it's called HRTF.
HRT?
Head-related transfer function.
Fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
So you always get that feeling that you
Yeah,
stuff is
positional
actually-
Yeah.
positional sound.
Positional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a fucking awesome piece of hardware that I want to get one day called the Clang Fabric, and it's a monitor rack for your in-ears, and you wear this thing called a vector, which has a head tracker on it, right? And you
yeah.
set the panning and depth of each instrument that you want in your feet on the stage. So while you're fucking playing on stage, say you've got a guitarist on your left and you're playing and you can hear the guitar, you turn around, it's in your right ear.
Yeah.
So it fully
Yeah, just sort of
tracks
switches,
you,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
the same thing, but
Exactly.
for live
That's
sound.
fucking
while you're
Yeah.
playing on
crazy.
there. Yeah, it looks
So it's not
crazy.
just like a flat left and right.
No, it's
thing.
fully
It's
three-dimensional.
moving
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yep.
Because that was the one thing I don't like about in-ear monitors.
Yep.
Is when you turn around, you're not really getting. Because sometimes I like turning to hear the bass,
Yeah.
or like leaning
Yeah,
into an
yeah.
amp to
Yeah,
hear. it.
exactly. Well, it fixes that problem.
Yeah.
Gives you basically positional audio, but for live sound.
Fuck. I used to think that Roger Waters, when he did the tour, and he had the 3D sound where he hit this note and it would go from each PA around the stadium. I thought that was fucking technology. Well, that was fucking around the stadium. Was it HRTF?
HRTF.
That's cool, man.
And do you know if that's like a... Because I know Sony was working with CCP on that. Is
Well, it's
that...
been around for ages. It's in, I think CS:GO was one of the first games that had that.
Yeah, okay.
It's in PUBG now. It's in most games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ever fall into the trap of surround sound gaming headsets, by the way.
No, I skipped that whole thing.
So it's all a pile of bullshit.
Yeah.
You've only got 2 fucking ears. So
Yeah.
a stereo,
Yeah.
it's fine. If the game's designed well and has HRTF,
That's
it'll
all
be-
you need. Yeah.
it'll be good.
That's all you need.
I actually, was it one of those 9 Inch Nails, one of the early DVDs where it was like one of the first to go in 5.1 surround? Where you actually, you know, you set up 5.1, sit in the middle of the room, and you can actually hear the sound
Yeah.
audio coming from different points.
Yeah, well, look, it's different when you have speakers versus headphones.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Because the speakers are physically in different positions. But like this, what does it matter if you've got
Yeah.
6 drivers in? They're right next to your fucking ears. Does the same thing stereo does.
Yeah.
There's no depth to it. It's just
Yeah. Like if you go on YouTube and look up, I think it's something to do with a barbershop, like barbershop experiment audio, something or other. Really good demo of how stereo can be used to make perfect positional audio.
I've been watching so much fucking YouTube.
Me too. I've become
It's-
addicted to it. I need to stop.
It's replaced the
my new-
TV.
it's the new Facebook and everything.
Yeah,
for me.
I actually quit games now to watch YouTube. Like I
watch way too
willingly
much of it.
throw myself into a rabbit hole of like just watching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a guy review MREs.
I watched that guy as well.
That guy, Steve.
Dude,
Steve
I
89.
bet you we have almost the exact same fucking
I would
taste
say
in
so.
YouTube videos.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, a mishmash of music production conspiracies and
Yeah, pretty much. Video game related stuff.
Video game
techie
stuff.
things.
But
I've got-
he's eating stuff from like 100 years old.
Yeah,
man.
he's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, like
See,
World War One ration.
That's making me
Crazy
sound
shit.
old because my YouTube is just like TED Talks and rocket launches. SpaceX rockets.
Are you signed in with an account?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Okay.
No.
Well done. Fuck, mine's looking tragic right now because I ended up watching all this like right wing bullshit because there was like a hot chick talking about it, and I was like,
Do you ever
I want to see what these idiots are talking about, and this chick's hot, and I just went down this fucking rabbit hole and watched like hundreds of right-wing, alt-right videos or whatever.
It's
Now I just
porn
have this
now.
shit in my feed.
It's so taboo to be right wing, but it's just pornography now.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
will-
like
I
people
will
watch it like
give-
it's naughty. Like,
I will give the right-wing this. The chicks are definitely hotter.
Do you ever
it's
get like disappointed by
inarguable.
the thumbnails where you see the thumbnail like, oh, that looks like a good video,
The
and then you
clickbait,
watch it
yeah.
and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Oh man, I actually forgot Meghan Markle was Meghan Markle the other day. I actually didn't know who Prince Harry was marrying. I had to look it up.
She's the Duchess of something now.
Yeah. I still don't know.
Why is there a lot of Taylor Swift on my YouTube?
That's probably what you would jerking off
see
to.
TED Talks and
Flat Earth. That's one of my
Flat-
favorites.
Yeah, flat Earth.
Neil deGrasse
I
Tyson.
love watching shit about flat
I
Earth.
love it.
Now, I used to go on Facebook and join like flat Earth groups and just troll the fucking shit out.
Yeah.
It got old pretty quickly.
It's funny. It's just funny. It's just. Yeah, the live NASA feeds, which aren't actually live feeds.
Oh, it's a conspiracy. You know?
Yeah, I was watching the other day a SpaceX rocket launch, live. And I put it on. I'm like, well, you can't fast forward run, so it must be live. And then up the top, you get a little thing that says replay. I'm like, well, so it's a live video that you can't fast forward or rewind, but it's a replay.
Very
of a live
deceptive
video.
use of the word live.
Yeah.
It's not really live. It's a live stream of a past event.
I had to mix a band at the Rosemount last night called Holographic Moon Society.
Oh, I've heard that band name. Yeah.
And I was like, is this like a riff on Flat Earth? Are you guys flat earthers? And they were like, oh, no. Okay.
I
Cool.
reckon that's a sick name.
But I was kind of hoping that they would say, yeah, we're flat earthers. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, unfortunately, bands don't get mic'd up on a flat earth, only on a globe earth.
If you look at the pathways of the leads, it makes more sense when it's on a flat stage.
The horizon's flat, bro. Can't see the curvature.
Fisheye lens.
What are like astronauts?
Oh yeah, the astronaut. do you know what?
Globeheads.
See, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but my pet hate is the phrase, wake. People need to wake up.
See, I
You
really...
see, people need to wake up. It's so generic or fake.
Yep.
That word as well. It's such a loaded word. So is hoax. Fake and hoax. You see that everywhere, but it's like, can we use better language than fake?
See, I love conspiracy theories when they're well done.
Mm.
I think the problem with modern conspiracy theories is they're not well done. So, flat Earth, for instance, is the most ridiculous fucking concept I've ever heard in my life.
Mm. Yeah, that works.
Well,
I can see why people.
The
find
thing is that I think it's all religious based. It's all biblical shit. So
yeah.
what I would ask them when I could be fucking bothered doing the whole Facebook thing is, what is the purpose of this alleged conspiracy?
Mm.
What difference does it make to you or I whether the Earth is flat or the Earth is round? What would change about your life if it was proven to you that the Earth is round?
Well, coming from that perspective, but you got to understand that they see it from obviously a biblical.
It's biblical.
It's denying
If
God
they would
or a
respond-
creator.
More of a
Yeah.
deception point, I'd say.
Yeah,
The idea that
Well, they
they're
would
not
respond.
being told what's actually.
No, well, what they would say if they did respond, the typical sort of average answer would be,
hiding God.
no, they would say because, I mean, it was an allusion to God, I suppose. They would say because if the Earth is round and we are alone in the universe, then we are insignificant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
How does that change your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I agree with. Yeah. How does it affect you day to day?
But that's the
It's like people that are against gay marriage. But how does that affect your life?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It
At
doesn't.
all. In any way.
Yeah.
That's the contradictory of Neil deGrasse Tyson. When we saw him at convention center where he was, and he gave that whole talk about how big the universe is, and he talks about how there's a chance that we're not the only ones out there. But then he sort of brings it back to the sort of insignificance. It's that sort of ironic contradiction. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we're probably not the only ones out there, but we're still insignificant.
Well, I think that what it is, I mean, to me, religion has always been like a crutch that people use because the insignificance is an astounding feature of our existence. You know, the complete randomness that any of us exist and have this ability to communicate with one another is fucking cool. I think religion takes accountability away from people. because they have this concept of like the Lord works in mysterious ways. Everything happens for a reason, etc. Like it allows people to ignore horrible things that happen in the world. It allows people to not take accountability for their own actions in certain situations, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to
doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and making a better present world.
Yeah, and what I see from all these flat Earth people is just that they don't want the accountability of you make your choices and everything that you make of this life it's all down to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And what they're kind of pushing is that this is somehow an intelligently designed creation and that we are perfect and all that stuff. But
go to Antarctica.
That's like almost to say, well, we
take
don't...
a photo of the fucking ice wall for me.
Yeah. Well,
why don't you fundraise some kind of...
Well, you can't because you're not allowed in there.
Oh, of course, allegedly.
Can the atmosphere bend light? Like if you take a laser, you shine a laser in a straight line. A laser always travels in a straight line.
Yeah.
If you extend the distance over what would be a bit of a curve, how would the laser still reach the same point over a curve, or would the laser keep going in a straight line?
No,
is there a refraction? You mean
it'll keep going in a straight line, but it will also go elsewhere because of refraction. So there's a fucking hilarious video on YouTube. Actually, it's not that hilarious. Yeah, no. When I watched the whole thing, so when I first watched it, I thought it was they'd found 3 flat Earth believers and went and showed them with science how they were wrong.
Yeah.
But then I watched the whole video and it was just they're doing a bunch of stuff to show how insignificant we are. It was a Stephen Hawking thing. So they took these 3 people and they put them on a boat and shot a laser at it from the shoreline at a certain distance, marked where it was on this board, and then they went further out and marked it again, and then further out until they got to the point where they couldn't even see the laser on it at all. And then they sent a fucking helicopter out and had a guy looking at it with a telescope and had them drop down below where he thought the horizon was, and they were still like 75 feet above ground level.
Right.
And then drop it all the way down, and etc. Just literally proving that
there's curvature.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even understand why people... how fucking stupid do you have to be to believe this shit? It doesn't make any sense to me.
But what's alarming more is that it's becoming mainstream to address and actually acknowledge that. Like, if it was so preposterous, like, why would even Neil deGrasse bring it up every interview now? Every interview.
Well, I think it's offensive to rational, intelligent people that something that has been known for so fucking long is now being... It's like the debate about teaching creationism versus evolutionary in school. Evolution in schools. It doesn't... No. No.
But what if... Wait. But what if, let's say, we went from, the flat to heliocentrism. What if there is something in the future where we go, actually, it's kind of not round. This may be some sort of a realm or some sort of a quantum simulation of some the
scientific method allows for that. That's the whole point of science.
Yeah, so we just have to get there. Like, we just need the time has to pass.
I was watching an episode of Doctor Who. My partner was watching Doctor Who, and I don't really watch Doctor Who. But the one episode where they were in this room, and each doorway was a projected reality. But they had there was a projection of the Vatican, projection of the Pentagon, projection of the UN headquarters, like all these the top leader type places of the world, but they're all projected holograms of themselves. It was fucking a bit trippy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always loved that as a science fiction concept, the whole split paths thing. Like every decision that you make in your life
is a different reality.
Different reality.
But no, so that was something apparently years ago. I know some Chinese scientists or something. They brought out the idea of everything being a hologram, and actually comparing reality that we know to like a hologram sticker that you see on a credit card.
Well, it's like Elon Musk is fairly convinced that we live in a simulation.
Yeah.
Well, there's talk. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's sitting down with these other physicists and stuff, and saying that they actually discovered some some form of written code in DNA.
Yeah.
And in the fabric of matter, like actually a written, which suggests some kind of programming.
The question is there some kind of confirmation bias in that?
I'd say so.
What is that background sound I can hear?
Oh, there's probably people downstairs.
Is there some kind of preconceived bias there where they were looking for something and then found it? Kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen that book, The Bible Code, where the dude like goes through and he's circled like diagonal, but like a fucking find a word puzzle that shows like the date for 9/11 and all that kind of.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
When you look for patterns, there's a human
Yeah, you
condition
can
where we
find
look
it,
for
yeah.
patterns. Yeah, but yeah, it's all perspective, really. Because even the very concept of a pattern, you'd have to accept certain things in order to accept that it's a pattern, if that makes sense. So, like, anything can be conceived as a pattern, I guess. If you're willing to pull back enough, I guess you could see anything's a pattern.
Indeed. Causation versus correlation.
So, theoretical physicist finds computer code in string theory.
Yeah, it was binary, like binary type code in string theory.
Yeah,
that's what they said. But it's all kind of just wishy-washy stuff at the moment, I think. But man, there has to be a CPU somewhere. Where's the engine based if it was a simulation?
Well, if you've ever read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's a planet.
Yeah.
The mice run it.
Well, a lot of people think that there's a big connection to Saturn and things like that. You know, a lot of that's where it gets really woo-woo, where even our time is regulated by Saturn. Some people even think that.
Well, I reckon
hence the black cube.
I reckon
you know.
time itself is completely fucked up. I reckon we've talked about before about the calendar dates and shit. How it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like it's synced up anymore. Like it doesn't feel like we're in.
Do you mean like the seasons do not align with where they used to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also a shocking amount of devices now are using internet-based time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So-
isn't the Apple clock the definitive time now?
I believe
It
the
is.
atomic clock is.
Atomic.
Yeah, but does the atomic clock
the
account
atomic clock
for
located
the?
in Greenwich.
Yeah, but does that account for the speed that the Earth travels around the sun and the?
Sure,
what are
it does.
You know, they say that everything in the universe is speeding up exponentially.
I see
Does
what
it
you're
account for
saying.
that time, or is that one day in the every leap year
Yeah.
meant to fix that?
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of arguments to be had that the Julian calendar is not accurate, and other calendars are better.
Yeah. Because
Well,
there's many calendars.
I can go to Microsoft Outlook right now and change the calendar
Yeah.
to multiple different calendars, and the whole date's changed.
I'm just
Holy
thinking, like, if you sped things up digitally, just a little bit, do
Well,
you think we'd notice?
What's interesting is your perception of time and how it changes, right? You remember when we were kids,
Yes.
everything took forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time
And now-
dilation. I think there's a long-term time dilation throughout our lives,
as-
and now things are going to
It's
move
like,
As
you
you
know-
get older, your perception of time is that it moves much quicker.
totally quick. Yeah. Yeah.
But do you think, like in the movies when they steal money digitally, they take 0.01 of a cent for
Yeah.
every transaction?
Just
Do you
take,
reckon- what if they did that with time?
take some seconds off each
What
time.
if who did that with time?
They.
Whom?
They,
Whom is
Samuel.
they?
They.
Do you mean NASA?
Oh my god. I'm going to try open this other beer again.
Do
Um,
it. First try.
Yeah. All right. It's too cool. That's fucking awesome. That's like the last beer, unfortunately. Do you want another one? Do you want this? Do you want this?
Yeah, but mate.
Yeah?
Enjoy your hard-opened beverage. You've learned a
man.
valuable skill this day.
Oh, man. I like the rice beers.
Rice beer, what, like Budweiser?
Yeah. It just sits well with my DNA. Funny that. But this, like, really weedy beers give me, like, the shits. I just have diarrhea the next day for, like, fucking 4 hours.
Well, I don't really drink beer anymore.
No?
No. I started doing the keto thing.
Oh.
So I just try and not have carbs, basically.
Wow. How's that going?
Good. I've lost 24 kilos this year.
Holy fuck! Congratulations.
So, yeah, good. Feels good. .jpg. Now that I'm at the weight that I want to be at, I'm not sticking to it particularly religiously, but it was certainly
No, but you've earned
certainly
it.
good.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me that you could basically do the total opposite of the alleged nutritional triangle thing and lose weight. Eat a bunch of fat, really.
Yeah.
Because the diet is like 80% fat.
Yep. 80% fat, which is good. I think we've been... It's a fucking... Speaking of fucking conspiracies... the whole, fat is bad, cholesterol bad. It's like, nah, bro. Like, saturated, maybe, but, animal fats are good.
Well, there seems to be a lot of evidence now that dietary fat doesn't do much in regards to raising your actual cholesterol and fat levels.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd been doing the intermittent fasting thing last year, and that certainly felt good. And I thought keto was a pile of shit, to be honest, and then I kind of looked into it and read about the science behind it, and I thought that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a try and see what happens.
What is it called? Keto.
A lot of my friends are going keto, and they're saying good things.
Yeah,
takes a while to purge that carb craving.
Well, if you do the intermittent fasting thing, like me and so I've lost, I think, 24, 25 kilos, and all of my friends has lost 26 or 28 kilos. Another one's, I think, 18 or 19. Basically, everyone I know that is now not fat is like, I've been doing keto.
Yeah. Okay.
But the concept behind it that struck a chord with me was that of insulin resistance.
Yeah.
From when you eat carbs, your blood sugar spikes, drops, you feel hungry again, you eat more. It keeps going up and down. Whereas when you eat a more fat-based diet, your blood sugar doesn't rise that much and it stays more stable, so you don't feel hungry.
Well, you don't have the crashes as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The carb crash, like when you eat a big bowl of pasta and you immediately feel sleepy.
And when you're eating all of those carbs and the blood sugar spikes, your body has to produce a pile of insulin to convert it into energy, and then there's all these things about insulin resistance where your cells stop being able to actually process the insulin, and that's allegedly what they think leads to type 2 diabetes
eventually, yeah.
And more interesting stuff like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, because it's something to do with myelin sheaths around proteins in your brain that have to shed those sheaths in order to get the insulin into them, and that's what apparently they think now causes those diseases. So I found it very interesting, and I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a try, and felt so good. It was ridiculous.
The thing I had about all these kind of diets is you can't eat the good foods.
I don't know if you're looking at that, but you'll see
you can eat all types of
hard
meat.
cheeses, high-fat cream.
You can eat creamy stuff.
You can eat that stuff.
Just stay away from
fish, beef, lamb, poultry, eggs, motherfucking cheese.
Yep.
You can eat cheese.
But you got to stay away from sugar and wheat shit.
But look at that. You can't eat wheat. You can't have cereal
So-
or corn. I love that shit. You can't have honey, maple syrup. That's fucking good with pancakes.
Yeah.
You can't have apples, bananas, or oranges. Is that true?
But look at
apples,
what...
bananas, and oranges. What's wrong with them?
Look
It's
at what
high
you can.
carbs.
It's
fruit.
sugar.
So you don't want to eat more than 25 grams of carbs a day, basically.
Yeah.
And that's nothing. So what's interesting about it is that I thought that I had IBS for years because I've been alternatingly getting the shits.
Yes.
Now, like literally every other day. My digestion has been completely fucking bizarre. Fixed. Completely.
Yeah?
No more issues.
Yeah.
My mate Paulie, who's been doing it, had thought he was lactose intolerant his entire life, was unable to eat milk, cheese, any kind of dairy. He would just get the violent diarrheas or vomiting or bloating, whatever. He can now eat all the cheese he wants.
So it's actually,
Another friend of mine with a thyroid issue seems to have cleared it up completely. It's really interesting.
It really is.
I keep it like I wish I could commit to something like this. And I keep starting.
Do you know what?
But then I just can't.
Do you know what my diet looks like when I'm doing this? So I'll saute spinach and mushrooms in butter or ghee, and then I'll fry bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
That's a meal for me.
Yeah. Just cut out the carby stuff. Cut
Or
out
I'll-
the bread.
I'll just have like-
I
I'll have like
don't
a steak
know
and
what
salad
that
and
shit
just
is.
cover it in fucking butter and olive oil and shit.
Yeah.
Great. Just
So-
stop eating bread. Stop eating pasta.
So it's a high animal fat
not
protein.
necessarily even animal fat.
Yeah, well, you can have fats. Yeah.
But
So-
unless
but
it's
you can
written on the
use-
label,
you can use
has
coconut
carbs, I
oil,
don't know what it is.
avocado oil, eat shitloads of avocados, nuts. So it's not like you have to use animal fat. So if you
Yeah.
want to do a vegan version of it, even you could.
Do you want to know my breakfast?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's bulletproof coffee though.
big fan.
But in either ghee or
Yep.
grass-fed butter,
Mm-hmm.
no sugar, and I whiz that sucker up, and I have a hard-boiled egg.
Very nice.
And then that carries me to 12. I don't feel like eating anything. And because of the butter or the ghee, you don't crash
Yes.
after the coffee. So it
Indeed.
kind of gives you a sustained
So
energy
you're,
boost.
You're basically doing it.
Yeah, and then I don't eat anything, and I have like meat and broccoli like for
Yeah,
dinner.
so you're basically
I'm
doing
kind of keto already,
So
but I love rice.
that is a problem.
I fucking love rice.
So there is a thing called congee,
yes.
not as in the porridge.
Oh damn.
No, it's not congee. It's konjac.
Corn jack.
No, konjac.
I know what konjac is.
Konjac. It's
Not
like
to not to get mixed up with cognac.
no. It's like a yam of some description, and
Yeah.
you can get konjac rice and noodles, and they have no calories, no carbs, literally no nutritional anything.
Yeah.
But they fill you up, and
Yeah.
it's like having rice. So-
Yeah. But I think a good start, regardless of keto or whatever, is the sugar.
Yeah, totally. It's
But,
in everything, and it's
man,
ridiculous.
I can't. Yeah. Mm.
I mean, if you look
It's
at
in
what your body
everything.
does when you eat a bunch of fucking sugar, right, is that it spews out all of this insulin, and then you can't process all of it as energy, so it stores it as fat.
Mm.
It makes you fat. That's it.
What is your body fat percentage? I don't fucking know.
Are you doing
body
it?
fats are two different measurements if you don't have. How are you meant to measure your body fat percentage?
You get
With-
I'm
Like the
about
clippy
fucking
things,
80% fat right now.
those caliper things.
Don't worry about that. Just put in your height and your weight and your age, and then
Yeah.
hit go. I think it says a thing about
Yeah, it's got height, weight,
if you
age.
don't use your guide to vision. What? Just say 25. Fuck it.
Okay. How active are you on a daily basis?
Definitely sedentary.
No. I'd say well, 'cause
No,
I
you're
work.
really
I work
active.
full time now, so I'd
Yeah, no,
I'd
that's
actually
good.
consider
So
myself moderately.
lightly active.
Okay,
Let's just go lightly.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's not oversell myself. What are your end goals of the ketogenic diet? Lose weight, maintain. I want to lose weight. Yeah.
Okay.
How much of a
Put up to
defici-
25.
Okay.
Not
Do you know
that.
what'd be really interesting? Let's all go on a keto diet for a while. You don't have to do anything, Sam. But let's just see what happens.
How many
Well,
carbs do you?
so the thing is, leave the deficit. I meant the carbs. Change that to
okay.
25. So when you do, so what you're doing is good. I do the same thing, intermittent fasting, but I don't bother with the shit in the morning. So I just skip breakfast altogether.
Right, okay.
So I eat one meal a day at 6. That's it.
Holy fuck.
But I don't do the caloric deficit thing. So most diets are like eat less calories.
Yeah.
I eat the exact same amount of calories that I've always eaten. I just eat them all at one time.
Yeah.
So I just have a big fucking meal. I don't feel hungry at all
Right.
until 6 o'clock.
And
the
plus,
next
it's
day.
really good because you're eating in that 12-hour window,
Yeah.
which is where a lot of people fail. Like at 10 o'clock at night, they'll have a snack.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, it was easy to go into ketosis. Like a lot of people struggle with it because they're eating 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't eat for 24 hours, you're pretty much already in ketosis.
Yeah.
So if you just eat a keto-ish meal, then
I
you'll
was
stay there.
I was in ketosis and I didn't know I was doing it, so I lost a lot of weight. Like I cut a lot of things out because I tried to go kind of inflammatory food free for my eczema, and it worked. But I was kind of like not like my muscles started kind of wasting away, and I was really skinny.
Well, the thing about, like, if you're following the strict keto diet is that you're not consuming a lot of protein. Because if you eat a lot of protein, it will also end up getting converted into glucose. So
Right.
they have that macro of, like, 80% fat, 10 to 15% protein, and 5% carbs.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
can end up losing muscle if you don't have enough protein, obviously. So I think that, like, it's hard for me to tell whether it was the keto side of things that made me lose so much weight and feel so much better quickly, or if it was the intermittent fasting or the combination of the two.
Right.
But just doing intermittent fasting, you'll lose weight and you won't lose muscle mass.
Right.
I saw this thing on YouTube once. This guy, I think he's called the Hungarian Experiment, and he wanted to scientifically prove one way or another what the best diet, the best way of eating was. And he raised a bunch of money to get his piss sent off for like full analysis for like human growth hormone levels and all that kind of stuff. And just doing the intermittent fasting thing, so eating once every 24 hours, he had the highest level of testosterone and human growth hormone like possible.
Wow.
So it's actually more effective for building muscle. So you've got all these people that think you're supposed to eat 12 small meals a day and eat like brown rice and turkey and all that.
And I
kind of
see
shit.
that. I see like my bodybuilder friends just like stacking on calories, just going like eating turkey, chicken breast, chicken breast,
But
chicken breast.
This guy's done that,
Yeah.
had his piss sent off and analysed after a week of doing it, shows the percentage levels of testosterone and human growth hormone.
Yeah.
He does all kinds of shit, like he did typical frat boy routine, like the way that your average college student eats, and then he adds in a weekend of going out on the piss and shows how that affects it, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Really, really fucking interesting. But basically,
gotta
the
watch that, yeah.
best option was eat once every 24 hours.
And
You
you're
won't
good.
lose any muscle. In fact, you'll put on more muscle because...
Right.
But what gets me, I mean, I'm looking at how much should you be eating per day after my little survey. But how do you calculate that stuff? I mean, I get now that a lot of places show that information on their meals. Like I've got the Subway thing.
They should show the kilojoules, yeah.
But, that's my usual Subway is way over what I need.
So the bit that trips people up is the carbs, right? Because it's very low. So if you look at a packet of something, or you look at this, does this have carbs on it? It does not. You look at a packet of something, you've got the ingredients, right? And it lists the total amount of carbohydrates. If you look at the amount of fiber that's in it and then subtract that from the carbohydrates, that's the net carbs. So what it should say is net carbs. So if you look at like a pack of nuts, for instance, it looks like there's a shitload of carbs in it and you're not going to be able to eat those on a keto diet. But if you actually subtract the fiber from it, then you can eat plenty of nuts.
See,
Right.
that's all information I just don't get.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it works.
It takes a while, but it's actually really interesting.
I'm extremely lazy and I can't be fucked calculating macros like this.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
So I just kind of worked out like 2 or 3 meals that would fit this template perfectly and just cook them relentlessly.
Yeah.
And if I'm in doubt, I'll just go, cool, I'm going to cook some kind of protein like a chicken breast or a fucking fish or whatever and then just cover it in fucking butter.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy for this.
This is what I cooked the other day.
Lovely. Ooh,
See?
perfect medium rare.
But see, you can
That's
still stack on the meat. Like, I eat a fuckload of
Actually,
meat.
speaking
and-
of cooking, you know the best way to
But no carbs.
cook a meat?
What?
Apparently, you bake it in the oven first to get it the right thing all
Reverse
the way
sear.
through, and then you fry it on the pan after.
Yeah, so I like to do the American barbecue style, so I'll use a Weber or a smoker, and I will slow cook it.
We are way out of our league, because I've seen the shit you cook, and it's fucking amazing.
I do like cooking. It's one
Yeah,
of my
Sam's
things.
actually really... you're fucking... Yeah. I used to look at some of the shit you used to whip up, and I was like, wow. Crazy.
Yeah, look, as I say, I don't really use... I mean, I use Instagram for... I just post every other day on tour, really. A drinking weather-related status update, and that's about it. I just try and stay off social media, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's
It was
good,
taking
but
over my life. So.
Even your fucking ramen is next level. It looks pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah, oh, well, look,
Well, I
ramen-
haven't tasted it, I'll be honest.
no,
but, you know,
I've
it looks
never,
good.
No, I've never done a good ramen.
No?
No. I got real good at doing udon.
Udon, that's right. Udon,
and,
sorry. Yeah.
Soba.
Mm-hmm. But
Ramen has eluded me thus far.
Okay. Yeah.
Pho has eluded me as well.
Right.
I've gotten close, but I can't quite
The
get.
best pho I had was in London. I can never find anywhere that tops it. They had like a real beef broth. It wasn't sweet. This is my pet hate. When I go to fucking
Yep.
Thai or Vietnamese places, I'm like, dude, roll back on the sugar. Everything here is super sweet.
I went to Papa Rich the other day.
Yeah.
Very middle of the road Malaysian food, but
Yeah.
I love Malaysian.
Yeah.
Are
That's
there any
good.
good Malaysian places in Perth?
A couple in the suburbs south of the river. Taurus, Tan's Kitchen. That's
I
in
need-
Canning Vale.
I need some real good nasi lemak.
Oh, okay.
I need it in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, come
See,
to my house.
It's really now making
mum
me
will do it.
realise that the Coca-Cola chicken wings that I was made does not fit any of this diet shit. No.
I'll tell you,
That
one
sounds
thing.
pretty good though.
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
was
pretty
actually
fucking
fucking
good.
There's this chain of like gas stations in the States called Sheetz with a Z, and they have this fucking Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. And it's like spicy. And, it is so fucking good
Yeah.
on chicken wings, pizza.
Holy
anything.
shit!
Yeah.
I've seen your ribs as well.
I do like ribs. My favorite
Yeah.
thing is doing the prime rib roast. So like your standing rib, like 6 to 8 bones, the ribeye portion of a cow, but just
Yeah.
the whole thing at once.
Right.
So I do this thing where I've got my secret blend of herbs and spices that I kind of rub into it.
Sam's special.
My special, and then I'll slowly smoke it. So I'll cook it for somewhere between 4 to 6 hours. It's a fairly tender bit of meat, so you don't need to cook it for like 18 hours like a brisket or something. But what I'll do is I'll tie together some herbs. So thyme, sage, rosemary. I'll tie them together into like a brush, and then I'll baste it with that herb brush with oil and butter and such while it slowly cooks. Underneath it, I have a drip pan, which is collecting the fat. And normally, in a drip pan, you put water to keep the moisture up and such. I like to put bourbon in it. Specifically, bourbon that I've soaked my wood chips that I'm using to smoke the meat with. So the wood has this bourbony character to it, and the bourbon has this woodiness to it. The fat's dripping into it. And at the end of it, you take all of that fat and bourbon and you turn it into a fucking gravy. So you pour that all over the fucking... Oh, my God.
Do you have like a...
2 bites of this
Holy
thing and you're just
shit.
like...
Holy.
Do you have like
that sounds
a
amazing.
kitchen cooking counter underneath the mixing desk or something?
No, unfortunately not. We keep talking about buying like a grill from Walmart. just to
Dude,
grill
you should
food,
do
but
like a kind of like a grilling tour. How every dinner is like pretty.
We were actually supposed to do that on the last one, and it really didn't work out as we were expecting. So
Man,
it didn't happen.
You would be so fried though. You would be so tired. Just going, really? We just wrapped up the show, and now we're going to start a barbecue.
Dude, I
Really?
literally will go to the effort of
Yeah.
firing up an entire chimney full of charcoal, which takes a long time, just to cook a single steak for lunch because I like grilled meat that much.
Yeah.
Like, once you've experienced how it tastes from the whole charcoal and wood, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't go back.
You can't go back.
And the
Damn.
thing is, it's not even that intimidating to get into, right? Because if you fuck it up, just how the process works, even if you do something to the point of it would sort of work out to be like a leather boot kind of level of tenderness on another cooking apparatus, it's
Yeah.
still actually quite tender from the Weber.
Yeah.
So you can well do something and it's still going to be somewhat more like medium out of a pan.
Right.
It's very, very good.
How much would a good Weber set you back?
Depends on the size. They make them in different
Yeah.
sizes. So like a Weber, when you talk about Webers, it's like a kettle grill. So it's the kind of the dome type thing. So there's different kinds. I mean, you can, if you want to get into the whole like offset smoker where you've got a separate box and you can smoke briskets for 18 hours and do like ridiculous ribs, that kind of thing you get for about $350. A small regular Weber, I think, probably maybe 150 to 200, but you can get like a cheap Bunnings one for like $30.
Yeah.
I can't find what I'm looking for.
I mean, the point is just use charcoal because it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, charcoal.
You can do this thing called caveman cooking.
Yeah.
So you get your charcoal lit, and then you get a fucking hairdryer out, and you blow all the fucking crap off of it, and you just throw your food into the coals.
Yeah, just straight into the
In
coals.
the coals.
Holy
you
shit.
would would think it would burn, but because of the way the surface area is distributed, it actually cooks it quite evenly and nicely. So,
Yeah.
and then you get this different flavor from the coals literally just searing themselves into the flesh of your enemies.
Yeah.
I was trying to find. There's an old Saturday Night Live skit where Mike Myers was Keith Richards, and I think Keith Richards was dressed up as Ron Wood or something like that, and they're cooking with Keith. Yeah. He's literally just like throwing sticks of butter in and like bottles of whiskey in.
Holy shit. Let's get a grill in here and you can just like grill as we podcast.
But you will definitely need
we will die.
Ventilation.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
I probably told you last time. My one of my favorite things to cook is Nyonya style curries.
Oh, that's next level.
I
The
love
That's
fact-
my
curries.
jam.
The fact that you
proper
said,
curry leaves. Do you actually use curry leaves? Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like mamak style.
Mama's style, man.
Yeah.
So when I make a curry, I go to the effort of So I only use fresh everything. And so, like, I don't get, for instance, coriander powder. I'll get the coriander seeds, and then I toast them in a pan until they're fragrant, etc. But I only do it in a mortar and pestle, so I smash the shit out of everything. And it takes me like a fucking hour to make a curry paste. But it's worth it. Because it tastes so fucking good. Everything must be more Lamac all the time.
Yeah.
More coconut, more creamy.
Yeah.
Good.
I really wish I had the motivation and time to cook properly. I mean, I love cooking as well. I mean, when
You
I'm
would.
at, when
You
I'm at
would,
work,
man.
like when up in Kalgoorlie,
Find
we
it.
make time to cook. But
Yeah. It's really it's good for your soul, man. I think when you cook for yourself, it's
you know what they need to
healthy.
open? They need to open up like a public kitchen where you can go there and cook your own.
There are some
Nothing
things that are so
Yeah.
quick and easy to cook and taste so incredible that they will buoy your motivation
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
process.
What's your go-to?
Coca-Cola chicken wings?
Coca-Cola
Yeah.
chicken wings? What's your go-to? Because mine is just really good scrambled eggs with chives.
Well, it depends
and
on
butter.
how much effort I can be putting in, but like a super
Let's say you got
simple
10
one is,
minutes. You got 10 minutes, and you come home and you're like, fuck it, what do I cook?
probably bacon and eggs.
Yeah, bacon and eggs. That's pretty good, man.
I mean, no, if I was going to cook a proper meal, I'd say udon. Chicken teriyaki udon. Because it really... The only kind of time involved is letting the kombu soak
right.
to make your dashi good. That's about it. It's one of the simplest things in the fucking world.
Puts my scrambled eggs to shame, but okay.
It's so easy though.
Is it,
Once
yeah?
you do it, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, to make
You gotta
teriyaki
teach me.
chicken,
Yeah.
it's like 4 ingredients. It's the same amount of soy sauce, sake, mirin, and sugar, and you just mix that together. Get a fucking pan. Get a chicken thigh with the skin on.
Yep.
Whack it in, skin down. Wait till it's browned nicely, golden brown. Then flip it over. Turn your heat to high. Pour in a tablespoon of sake. Put a lid on it for about 5 minutes.
All right.
And then take the lid off. Pour in your teriyaki mix and just keep turning it till that shit's caramelized and thickened up. Done. That's
Yeah.
it.
Put it over
And
some
it's-
rice, which you can't eat.
It's fucking delicious. Well, I can.
Yeah.
I'll eat whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, to actually make like a udon noodle soup is super easy. It's just like kombu, which is the kelp with the white shit on it. That's natural MSG, so you know it's good.
Yeah.
Bit of spring onion, garlic, ginger. You just soak that shit.
That's
Let
the
it
holy.
boil.
That's the holy trinity.
That's the holy trinity for Japan,
yeah. Even when I cook, it's spring onion, garlic, chili.
Well, that's part of it.
That trio.
The thing that actually makes what's really interesting about Japanese food to me is MSG. Right? So everything in Japanese food involves MSG, but it's the natural form of MSG.
Yeah.
So if you look at every single culture, it turns out that the holy trinity of ingredients has 2 things in it, one of which contains MSG and one of which is like an activator. So in Japanese, the source of the MSG is the kombu, and the activator is bonito flakes.
Right.
So the dried smoked tuna. In Italian, it's like tomatoes and maybe onions. Basically, it's a food rich in a glutamate, and then another food activates the umami component of it.
Right.
And every single culture has that in its holy trinity. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the magic.
Yeah.
I call it magic salt.
And I found this thing. I was
Magic
watching. It was some guy from New York. I can't remember. Maybe it was Momofuku or something. One of those places. Can't remember. But he does this thing that he calls an umami bomb, and he'll basically take one culture's glutamate source and then replace the activator with a different culture's one. So he might have like kombu, but put Parmesan cheese in it. Like,
yeah.
does this crazy shit where he puts something that you think should never fucking work, but it activates the glutamate and it tastes fucking delicious. So you can actually start like subbing in rando ingredients from a different culture that do the same job, and it just works because it makes the umami taste.
Right. As long as the components are there,
Yeah,
it'll ignite that same response.
totally.
I never
Yeah.
knew food could be so scientific. Fuck.
That's crazy.
Super scientific.
It is, especially when you get into the
Is that where the fusion food comes from?
degustation.
I think
so.
Yeah.
Something
I
like
think
that. Yeah.
Maybe they didn't really realize what was happening. I don't know if they did. I mean, you just look up the Maillard reaction, Maillard. That's wonderful. That's the whole browning thing.
Right. The caramelization type thing. Yeah,
Such as the Coca-Cola chicken wings.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
caramelized.
Yeah, totally. Fuck. Way to make me hungry.
I want to try it, to be honest, because the Dr. Pepper wings were fucking out of this world.
Well, I was surprised because my mate that cooked it, he's an Italian. And he's like a master chef Italian. Like he actually did chef classes back in Italy, and he whacked out these Coca-Cola chicken wings. Yeah, the chicken wings go in boiling water to cook them through, and then throws in into a pan.
Blanching.
Blanche.
There you go.
Blanche Dubois.
Yeah. And then some Coca-Cola and soy sauce and a few little things on top. And try not to blacken that Coca-Cola too much, otherwise it will kill you.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably very similar to teriyaki. They've just replaced the sugar with the cola.
Yeah.
I recently discovered brining.
Brining is next level.
That is next. Yeah, I recently tried that, and it actually works.
It works good.
That's where you just put the meat in salt water overnight before you cook it.
Starts to absorb
the
salt and
because there's nothing worse
moisture.
Nothing worse than like chicken breast that's super tasteless inside. Do you know what I mean? Like just powdery.
Well, people are very afraid of seasoning things, you know.
Yeah.
And like the amount of salt that you use on a piece of beef that you're going to chuck into a barbecue like American grills is way more than people would expect.
Yeah.
Totally. I actually make it rain. Kosher salt over the whole thing.
Same with the pepper and shit. Just like
yeah, I used to like just go.
Yeah, give it a dainty touch, but
salt and pepper with a bit of steak in it. Yeah.
I know.
So the other thing you can try doing instead of brining is that you can just get like a wire rack.
Yeah.
Give it a real fucking of like kosher salt, you know, something chunky.
Yeah.
Good salt or Himalayan salt, whatever.
Yeah.
Just not the iodized table salt.
No, just something chunky. Yeah.
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 Give it a rub both sides and leave it on a wire rack in your fridge, like overnight.
Yeah.
And it actually
Absorbs.
pulls all the moisture out, and the salt goes. It does the same thing as brining, but you'll get. Typically, you'll get a better sear on it because the surface is drier.
Right, because you want that crust, and that's what I was always afraid to burn or to overcook.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was kind of stewing the meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you want to like hit it hard with a good temperature. Get that crust.
That was always
I
got actually told off by my Italian boss
for
putting the chicken in the pan before the pan was hot enough.
Yeah, it's got to be hot.
Yeah.
It's got to be smoking hot.
Yeah.
But the thing about brining is it works really good for stuff you're going to cook for a long time because it allows the surface of the meat to dry out and then you can do a reverse sear.
Right.
But the less moisture there is on the surface, the better the sear will be. So if you do the salt method, then the surface is pretty dry. So you can just high heat, bam, done.
Yep.
Whereas with something that, like if I've brined something, then I'll have to slow cook it and then do the sear at the end.
Right.
So it just depends how long you can be fucked.
Yeah.
Doing the thing.
It's a lot of trial and error to find.
It's a lot of delicious trial and error.
Yeah.
Mind you, my new favourite way of cooking is Uber Eats. Yeah.
I got a $10 off voucher.
I never burn anything except money.
That's impressive.
the only thing you burn with Uber Eats is money.
You do burn a lot of fucking money there.
Yeah.
It's a great service.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks so
for
much,
having
Sam.
me.
That was
Fuck yeah,
fucking
that'd be
awesome. Wow, we did nearly 2 hours.
We have to get you back when you're back from the US.
Time flies so quickly,
I know.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
man.
all those extra ones that we take off every minute.
All of that entropy going on.
It was really good fucking talking, man.
Yeah.
It's always good to have you here.
It's always great to be here.
Enjoy
Thanks for this
the
water.
US.
It's delicious.
Yes. Hydrate. You
Natural
must make
spring
sure you
water.
hydrate.
Does that water actually have labels on it? I don't trust any bottled water that lists like the protein and shit levels because water should not have that.
Oh,
Well,
really?
it depends whether it's mineral water or not, doesn't it?
True.
It
No.
does. It does list it.
Yeah, but why should water have that shit?
Because there's minerals in water.
There are minerals in it.
Yeah. Allegedly.
It's not just hydrogen and 2 oxygen.
Well, that's what I thought it was.
I know.
What is water?
You think about all the rainwater and the pipes it has to go through? Yeah.
Cog tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
man.
Sam, thanks again.
Thanks for having
Thank
me,
you,
boys.
Sam. Come back in one piece.
I will try.
Yeah.
Probably fatter.